Hi, I'm Heather with Car Seat Site. I'm a child passenger safety technician and instructor, and we've got the Doona infant car seat and stroller here. I'm going to be showing you how to install it and use it today, both with the base and without the base. The Doona is an infant seat and stroller. It goes from 4 pounds to 35 pounds and up to 32 inches. So we're going to be taking a look at it, both with, again, installation and usage. Releasing the carrier is a two-step process. First is to press the top button down and press the second button in. Then tip the carrier towards you and lift. After you've removed the carrier from the base, now it's time to decide whether you're going to install it either with LATCH, the lower anchors and tethers for children, or with the seatbelt. You can do it either way. You can't use both LATCH and the seatbelt at the same time, one or the other. So I'm going to start with LATCH. It tends to be easier. It's not safer. It's just an alternate method of installing the car seat. So the LATCH strap is stored right here at the front of the base, and so you just have to press the red buttons and pull to remove the lower connectors from their storage positions. And there is a up and a down to these lower connectors, and they look like staplers. So if you take a look at them just like that, they are either up like that or they're upside down like that, and we don't want them to be installed upside down, so you do want them to go the right way, so just that way. Now, when we are installing the car seat, we do have to be aware of the recline angle. There is a recline angle indicator right here on this side, and if you take a look at it, there's a green zone. There's a white marker right here, and we want that white marker to be in the green zone on this angle indicator. And so in my car, if we take a look at it, it's naturally kind of hovering over the red and the green area over here, and this means that it's too upright. With newborns especially, we don't want that to be upright because their chin can come down onto their chest, and that blocks their airway, and that's not any good, obviously, for a newborn. So we want it to be as reclined as possible within that green zone. So we want it to be more like that, so that it's hovering more towards this closer side to that red line over here. Again, we want it to be within that green zone, however. So how do we get it to be more flat on the seat like this so that it's more reclined? There is a recline foot on the base right here, and there's a knob right here at the front of the base that adjusts the recline, and it shows you which direction in order to turn this. So we're going to turn it this direction, and it will, let me move this out of the way, it will drop that foot for us, as you can see that movement down like this. You can also use a tightly rolled towel or a pool noodle if you absolutely need to. I haven't ever found that I need to do that. The recline foot usually works. If you do need to use a tightly rolled towel or a pool noodle, make sure that this foot, go in the opposite direction, is pushed all the way back in so that it's not extended. Okay, so I know that in my car, that recline foot needs to go pretty far out. And so you can see now that we're in the green zone, but we're still kind of towards the upright zone, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, and that's at the end. And that's as far as we go, and that's pretty good. So now I've set my recline, and I can continue on with attaching the lower connectors to my lower anchors to get the latch installed. Okay, so we're going to attach the lower connectors now to the lower anchors. And again, we want to make sure that they're upright so that the thicker part of the lower connector is upright. And I want to lengthen this latch strap because it's pulled tight right now. So I'm going to just press on that button and pull this loose. And my lower anchors are under this flap. So I'm going to lift my flap up and I'm going to find my lower anchor just by finding the button markers for latch and going straight down, and there's my lower anchor. Click that on and come to the other side and pull this out of the way so you can see. Okay, and then just tug on that to make sure that they're firmly connected. And now I'm going to move this into position and start pulling on that latch strap to pull the slack out of the latch belt. And now I just need to pull it snug because we don't want to leave it loose. We want to get it so that it moves less than 1 inch. And the easiest way to do that is to pull this latch strap back through the belt path. If I try and pull this latch strap on the outside of the belt path in the opposite direction, then what's going to happen is it's eventually going to stop and it's not going to be tight. It just naturally will just come to a point where it won't pull tight anymore. But if I pull back through the belt path along the latch strap, it keeps pulling tight. So I'm going to do that. Give it a check. Get this latch plate out of the way. And see how it's still moving? I need to pull it tight some more. So, okay. And now it's not moving. It's kind of shaking my car, not moving side to side, front to back. However, with this seat, I want to point out, especially with the Doona, you're going to see a lot of movement up here at the top. So it moves a lot right up here. That sound you're hearing is this lock off right here. So let me close that. So it's going to move a lot right up here, but it's still going to stay tight right here. And that's normal for the Doona. That is, again, perfectly normal. Okay, so that's installation with latch. Okay, let's do a seatbelt installation now on the Doona. So what I want to do is make sure, again, that my recline angle is correct for my vehicle. So I'm going to make sure that my recline foot is dropped all the way out. So I'm going to make sure that I've got that all the way out. I'm installing it for a newborn, and so that's why I'm making sure that my recline is all the way set for a newborn, making sure that it's all the way good. I'm going to open this lock off for the seat belt because since we're installing it with a seat belt, we need to be using this lock off. A word about the lock off. This is not a true lock off that locks the seat belt for us. So it's more of a belt guide, if you will. So we're going to be locking the retractor as we go through this installation. So now I'm going to take my seat belt and run it through the belt path. Get it buckled. And now what I'm going to do is tighten my seat belt. And with this lock off, it's actually easier for me to switch to the other side. Get this seat belt pulled tight as I can, and then run it through this lock off. Close that lock off, and then might have gotten it just a bit too tight. Let me loosen the tension on it just a little bit. There we go. Check for snugness. We want it to move 1 inch or less than 1 inch, right here at the belt path, which it does. And now I'm going to lock my retractor. There we go. And that's good. Okay, so it moves 1 inch or less at the belt path, side to side, front to back. And again, with the Doona, it's going to move a lot up here at the head of the seat. Okay, that's just a feature of the Doona. But as long as it doesn't move down here at the belt path side to side, front to back, it's okay. It's a good installation. I've recruited my buddy Romeo here to help me show you some features of the Doona. First is the brake feature. Right now, the green side is set down, which means it's ready to stroll and ready to go. So you'll notice that it's able to move quite easily. So I'm going to set the brake on it. So I'm going to press down on the red side, and the brake is set. It rolls away pretty easily, so you want to make sure that whenever you're stopped, you set that brake. Now, the inserts. This bottom insert is mandatory for kids under 11 pounds, and we want to make sure that we use it until their shoulders reach these bottom harness slots. So inside the harness, to loosen the harness, you press this button, and then you can pull on the chest clip and loosen the harness just like this. So I'm going to take Romeo out here for just a second. We have harness slots, and if the child's shoulders don't reach these bottom harness slots inside here, then we need to be using this infant insert. That's considered a positioner, and that needs to be in there because their shoulders need to reach those bottom harness slots. So we need to be using that. That is in the owner's manual, and make sure you read that owner's manual. Now the head insert is also optional. It is highly recommended to be used. It is highly recommended that you use that. Doona recommends that you use the head insert. Okay, so Romeo, let's get you buckled up. Okay, so we buckle those harnesses, and what I like to do at this point is snug up the harness, get this chest clip into position, somewhat in position. We want to end with it being in his armpits, so right around there. I'm not worried right now at this point where its final location is going to be, because as I snug up the harness, it's going to move up just a little bit. So we snug it up, we try the pinch test, and you'll notice that I can pinch some harness right here, and that's still too loose. If you can take a pinch, it's too loose. So I'm going to snug it up just a little bit more. My fingers kind of slide off. There's still just a little bit. He's a doll, so, you know, he really doesn't have shoulders. So it's easy to take a pinch on him, but what I want you to notice, oh, sorry, Romeo, you poked your eye. There is a lot of slack right here. See how much slack is right here? So what happens with car seats is when this harness in the hip area hits this buckle tong right here, it gets stuck. And so if you don't take this harness slack out of the hips, it's going to get stuck right here. And this harness adjuster strap is attached to the shoulders. If you tip the seat over, you'll find that this strap is attached to the shoulders in the back. And so what we need to do is we need to pull this slack out of the hips and transfer that slack up to the shoulders. So see, that's why I'm not worried about this chest clip right now. So I'm going to transfer that up and get all of that slack out of that hip. See, it looks nice and snug right now. Up there. There we go. Get that up there. Okay. No slack in the hips. Nice and straight line. And that looks good. I could pull this super tight on him. I could keep pulling and keep pulling. There we go. And a baby with bones, that's not going to be very comfortable. Okay, but that looks good. It's in a nice straight line. There's no slack anywhere. This looks a little tight, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this button, and by pushing this button without pulling on anything, it's going to pop. So watch this. Do you see him pop up? What that does is that loosens it without loosening it. Does that make sense? So what it does is it gives just a little tiny bit of slack, lets him breathe, but it doesn't loosen the harness. Okay, so there we go. Now that's a properly tightened harness, and that looks really good. So when the Doona is in carrier mode, how do we put it into stroller mode? Well, on the back of the seat, there's a handle right here, and we can press this red button and the stroller wheels will drop down. Now, I suggest that you don't drop the wheels down from up here because it's a rather jarring experience. So from down here, set it on the ground and press that red button, and it will extend the wheels up in a nice smooth motion, just like that. To put the wheels down, take a look at the carriage underneath, and do you see how the front end is shorter, how the wheels are shorter? That's going to be the side that you collapse. So again, with the red handle, just take that red handle, press the button, and then just collapse it down like that. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you found it helpful, please like it and subscribe to the Car Seat Site channel.